Sorry about that, guys. That was my doctor, so I had to take that. Let's see if we can adjust this again. Okay, we'll try this again. Yeah, that was my doctor, so I had to take that call to see what was going on. So we are now on take 3. I really do apologize for that. That is crazy, but like I said, I'm having some health issues, and so I had to take that, and we did do my mammogram yesterday, so there we go. We are back. So we're just painting these pendants white. Thank you for those that have stayed with me. I, appreciate it. It's been a crazy couple months. Okay. So we're just going to paint these, and then we're going to paint and we'll let them dry, and then I'll show you some of my ideas of what I felt with this piece. So like I was saying before my doctor called, is that we you can interchange it with St. Patty's Day, so it's a reversible sign. We're doing Valentine's today, but you can do it where it's St. Patty's Day on the back, Easter on the back. You'd want to do like more neutral colors, like we're doing pink and white beads today. You may not want, or red, may not want red for Easter or St. Patty's Day, but you can change them up. On the wood, you may have to do a couple coats of white paint depending on how covered you want them. I'm doing a pretty thick covering on mine, covering the sides. I'm not painting the back today, but I will go in and paint the back white later, so you guys don't have to keep watching me paint. If you're watching the replay, let me know if you have any questions. We'll be glad to answer those. Let me know if this setup is working better with me sitting down versus standing up. So there's a total of 5 of these little pendants that we made. So what all you guys have going on today? I am working in the shop, designing, creating. I have lots going on in my head. Got to get it out on paper. Get it in the works of what's going on. So have lots of sign ideas, home decor ideas. So like I said, we'll be here every Wednesday to craft again. And like I said, if you guys can do me a favor and push the like and make sure you're following me, turn your notifications on. I know Facebook likes to update and then the notifications get turned off. So turn your notifications on, like the post, comment on there. If there's something you want to see me craft out of wood, let me know. I'll be glad to see what I can come up with. We are working on a website, so I'm kind of excited about that. If you missed the first couple parts of this video, like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened on the first one. The first video, we were just talking about the changes and different ideas that we have for the Creative Haven. The Crafty Haven, I'm sorry. The Crafty Haven. If, in the second part, we started painting this and then my doctor called. So, you know, make sure you watch all 3 parts of the video. So make sure you scroll down. So I hope you guys all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. Our Christmas wasn't too bad. We celebrated it early with the grandkids. Then it was just me and Mark on Christmas Day. We made, what did we have for, we had chicken for for Christmas. And then my uncle passed away that night. And then, but we made it through. We made it to the new year. We did nothing on the new year. We stayed home. Redid the, converted my studio into a wood shop. Okay, so those are done. So these, like I said, are just hearts that I did. So we can use these hearts and put on the glue onto the pendant. Or we can use the stencil and, you know, and paint it on. I was going to use these to dangle down from here with my grandkids' name. So I'm going to paint those colors to go with that. Just to show you the idea. But if I was putting them on the sign, the pendants, I would paint them red. But I'm going to paint one blue and one purple. The blue is from Hobby Lobby and it's called Morning Blue. The white paint that I use, the white, red, and black are Apple Barrel from Walmart. And I'm just going to dip out of the brush because I don't have much to paint here. This may take a couple coats, but we'll paint it in. And see, I probably should have drilled the holes beforehand, but I didn't. So, because it was a last minute change, decide that I was going to, because I painted that sign earlier this morning. So I have one more craft I did for Valentine's that we'll do. It's going to be a cute little shelf sitter out of wood blocks and wood hearts. We'll do that next week. I was going to do that today or yesterday, but then when I came up with this idea, I just changed my mind and decided to do this one first, and then we'll do the other one. So did you guys do anything fun for New Year's? I know January is we're getting ready to close out January here, but oh, I'm being a messy painter today. So here's just some purple that I mixed up with white and a deep dark plum to get this lighter purple. And then I just got these little serving. You can get them from some fast food places. I got mine at Walmart. And it helps to mix the different colors in. Because you can have any color you want with the basic, once you have the start of basic colors. If you want a lighter color, just add some white. If you want a darker, tone, you can add blacks to it. Or, like for some oranges, they're kind of bright, so I'll add a brown rust tone to them to, darken it up just a tad bit. So you can get any color you want by mixing your paint. And I found this way, if I put them in a container like this, if I mix too much paint, then it is, I can save it for a different project or whatnot. And it's not getting, my paint's not getting wasted. It's not like paint's that expensive, but it's, we seem to be on a shortage for some reason. And it's hard to find different paint. Let me brush out my brushes here. You never want to leave the paint in your brushes. It will dry in there and damage the bristles. You never want to leave your paint brushes in the water either. The water will soak up into the wood and cause it to split. And chip and stuff like that, so you don't want that. Okay. Got those brushes cleaned. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned. It makes it a lot easier on painting our beads. I got these off of Amazon. They come in a big package. So I just take a kebab stick. I put a little bit of glue at the end down there just to hold the bead on. And then I just slide the beads right on. We're going to paint these ones white. And red. So I have a stick for each color. So we're going to do four red, And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white. So I want a little smaller brush. Nice thing, this gives you a place to hold your beads on. They can move around so you can get, you know, in between and get a full coverage on them. There's also a way you can like put them in a Ziploc baggie with some paint. This is great for kids if you know have a bunch that you want to paint up. Put them in a Ziploc baggie with some paint and let the kids swish the paint around. And that helps get a good coverage on the beads. Good way to help, you know, get the kids interactive and doing their motor skills and different things like that. I don't know about you guys. I'm having an issue with the apple barrel paint. When I go to do different things with it, it just does not want to transfer stuff. It's taking so many coats. I don't know what they did to it, so I am on the look for different paint. I have a house paint white that I'm going to try and see if that works any better. Because these white ones I will have to go over a second time. They're just not covering like they used to. And I know when I go to, you know, paint the different things like this, you know, gingerbread guy, I, you know, paint the outline, paint the base coat, and then I use a pencil to draw around. Well, my base coat, if it's white, it's having a hard time picking up the pencil markings or the transfer paper or whatever I use to draw out my design. And so it's making it kind of hard in that step. So I don't know if it's, you know, they changed their formula or what they did. But I am on the lookout. So if you guys have a white paint that you like besides apple barrel, let me know and I'll be glad to try it out and see if it fits my needs and works for me. So did you guys hear about my funny story that happened a while back? I did a post about it. So, you know, I believe in safety first. I wear safety goggles. I wear, or not safety goggles, earmuffs, and I wear masks and different things like that. I believe in safety first. So, I was, I don't know what I was thinking this day. I got done cutting out the square that's in this heart. And I was like, okay, I'm done. So I put my jigsaw down and I unplug it because, you know, make sure you're safety first. So I unplug it and I'm like, I'm done with it. I need to take the blade out and put it away. Okay, I know the blade is hot. It just cut through an inch thick of wood. It is hot. Don't touch it. So, but I'm like, gotta put it away. I'm done with it, you know. Gotta keep a clean space, especially when you're working in a smaller area. So what do? I touch the blade. I grab it with these two fingers. So I have, like, it literally melted my skin down this way of my pointer finger with, the blade, and then across this, my thumb going this way from the blade. But it never blistered. It just literally melted the skin. So don't touch the blade of your jigsaw. That's my tip to you. Don't touch the blade of your jigsaw. It's hot. And it's still healing, like, you know, of course I went and got water, ran water on it, got it cooled down, had a Band-Aid on it with some burn cream and, you know, all of that. But, yeah, if I rub my fingers together, I still have issues, or, you know, can feel the marks from the jigsaw blade on my fingers. So then, of course, I tell Mark that I burnt my fingers. And he's like, why? The only thing I could say is it was one of them blonde moments. I know better, but I still do it. Still did it. So see, I don't know if you can see that. How it just looks really almost chalky-ish, dull with this white paint. I'm going to go over it again. And then we'll go on to our stenciling and finish this up. It's going to be so cute. So I don't know how many of you guys have stenciled. I am a creator for Magnolia Designs. And I do some projects. We'll be doing some projects with them. But I also make my own stencils now. And so if you order a kit, then you'll get the stencils out of, you know, reusable stencils out of plastic and not vinyl that's one-time use. And none of my projects do I use that, you know, that's kind of what sets us apart here is we like to hand paint everything versus using vinyl. And so if I have used vinyl, permanent vinyl, and stuck it, you know, to some different stuff. I want to say like the Mama sign I made, it used vinyl. But I'm like, you know, I want to be able to do these faster, easier. And if I hand paint them, to me it will work better than, you know, trying to do all the stencils. Or the vinyl. But don't get me wrong, I love my vinyl. There's just a time and a place for it. Okay. So the other thing you're going to need when you stencil your design on are these cosmetic sponges. I get mine from Dollar Tree. There's 28 pieces in them. And I use them for a couple different things. So what we're going to do, if you get a kit, you're just going to place it on. I'm using a different type of stencil, so I have to peel the back and put it on. But yours, you'll just lay on your wood. Let me see. This one has lots of little little dinglies here. I probably should have done him out of the other one, but that's okay. We got this. Let's see. Okay, so this is what not to do. If you have a Cricut or a Silhouette and you make your, use transfer tape, you know, or stencil paper, make sure you, okay, here we go. Where's, oh my gosh, I'm having such an issue. Okay. So we're going to stick it down. Like I said, your stencil will come as the plastic, like this. So all you have to do is, you know, lay it down and stencil over. I figured I would use what I had for myself. And yeah, I'm showing you how, what not to do, that's for sure. Okay. I think I have to move it down a little bit now that I got it stuck on there. Okay, move it down. Okay. Okay, got those on there. Where did I stick these other pieces here? So if there's a project you guys would like to see me do on live, let me know. I will be glad to come out with something. Okay, so we're going to paint these with black. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the other ones so we can just go down the line. Hopefully it won't be as difficult. Should have used transfer tape, but okay. And one more. So I'm doing Hugs and Kisses in black. Like I said, only 3 colors of paint you needed today was black, red, and white. Very few pieces, or paint colors. You could throw pink in there if you want, but you know, if you didn't even have pink, all you had to do was add some white to your red and make a pink color. That is something I show with the, we'll show with the gnome, is mixing your paint to get, you know, the color you want. Oh my gosh, I am a hot mess today. Nothing seems to want to go right. Well, at least dinner's going for tonight with the grandkids. So I don't have to worry about that. We're having pulled pork for dinner. Pulled pork sandwiches. So how many of you guys have ever stenciled before? There we go. Just pushing it down. Okay. So when you stencil, like I said, I use a foam brush or a foam makeup. I'm going to dip my paint in my brush in my paint, and then I'm going to dab it off. So there's very little paint, and then I'm just going to dab onto my surface. You can definitely use, you can hand draw this out if you feel your, if you think you have good enough handwriting. My handwriting sucks, so I try not to handwrite anything. And just dab, 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 real close, real low to the surface. If you need more ink, dip it in, dab it off, and dab some more on here. And then what I do is I come back to where I dabbed off to pick up some more of that paint. You don't have to push very hard. You may have to go over it a couple times. To get, the desired effect. If you're wanting, more of a farmhouse type look, you can just go over it one time and it will kind of be like the faded look. If you want more of a darker look, then you'll want to go over it a couple times. Just dab, 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 dab. Okay. And then we're just going to gently peel it up. You do not have to throw your stencil away. If you get a kit that has the plastic, you can use that. I'll have to pull those centers out here in a minute. So we're going to do the same thing. Dab, dab. And then just dab on my... And just keep dabbing real close to the surface. You don't want to come up like that onto the design. Just real close. Dab, dab, dab. If you have a Cricut or a silhouette or anything that cuts vinyl, you can just cut it out of vinyl and transfer the vinyl right onto this, and then you can use whatever color you want instead of painting with the stencils. but I like the painted look, so I'm going to, you know, go with the, obviously the painting, because I like to paint. So there's the end sign. You don't need a whole lot of paint on your sponge. There's the hugs. And now we'll do kisses. So dab, dab, dab. And then just dab it on. You could use stickers. If you've found some that you really liked, you could use rubber stamps. If you have some rubber stamps that, you know, that are big enough that says this, or if you make your own rubber stamps, you can use those. If, you know, you Hobby Lobby or Walmart or Dollar Tree has, you know, stencils, you can do that. You could even make this, instead of using the pendant shape, if you actually had big enough hearts, you can use hearts instead of the pendants. You just probably have to drill some holes in it to get so you can be able to tie your string to it, or ribbon, jute, whatever you want to use. We're using ribbon today. Okay. And there is our kisses. Too cute. And then what you can do, if you're done with your black, I'm just kind of getting some off my fingers here. On the sponge, you can snip it and use it for another color. But I'm just going to get a new sponge, and I'll show you the snipping part because I already snipped on that one. So here's where I was saying you could take wood hearts, and we can glue the wood heart onto the thing like that to give it a dimension 3D effect. It would be very cute, and you can draw lines or polka dots or whatever on that. But I'm going to use the stencil. It's just a heart stencil. In the kit, it will come on a thick plastic like this. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. So then you'll just lay it down, paint it in. So I'm just going to line up the point with the point of the pendant. So there's how the stencil is on there. We're going to take red. We're going to dip everything in the paint. Dab, dab, dab on, you know, paper or a towel, paper towel, work surface. So what I do is I start on the side and go up all the edges. That's what I'm going to get first. And make sure all the edges have the paint. And I'm dabbing. I'm not rubbing. I'm dabbing. Up and down. So my outside is done first, and then I'm going to come in and dab on the inside to fill it in. And then I'm going to, you know, go over so it's the full coverage that I'm looking for. You can leave it so it looks like it's kind of worn, vintagey type, rustic. And leave some of the, you know, not fully coverage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put this stencil onto this other piece of wood. This is the only time I will use these stencils again, is if it's in the same type the same project. So I'm going to dab. I'm going to do again just along the edges. And I'm going to let that other heart dry. So if you want the kit, it will have 5 of the pendants already cut and the holes pre-drilled. You'll get 2 wooden hearts like those. Then you'll get the stencil for the heart, the kisses, the hugs, the and sign, and the polka dots. I'm going to show you a trick for polka dots and the different stuff we can do on the sign here, or on our hearts. So they're, you know, they're different. They don't all have to be polka dots. You can put stripes on them, zigzags on them. But I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can. But you will get a stencil with the polka dots. Okay. And there is the second heart. I will throw that stencil away. Okay, I'm going to dry these a little bit here. Just the hearts. Because we want to be able to put the other stencil on top of it if I don't blow it away here. Just using my blow dryer to dry them up there. Okay, so the way they'll come in the kit is you get a little, you'll get a stencil that'll have polka dots on it. You'll just have to lay it down onto the heart of, you know, where you kind of want the polka dots. Let's see. They're randomly placed. So it kind of goes like that. You'll be able to tell once you have it together. And you're just going to kind of position them however you want them on the heart. I don't think I had it completely dry. I'm going to have to probably go back in with some red paint, but that's okay. I didn't let it completely dry. So all you have to do on your sponge is just cut the end off. And now it's ready to use. So we're going to dip it in some white paint. Dip it on our paper. And then we're going to dab it onto those spots. And that's going to give it our polka dots on our heart. They don't have to be 100% perfect on filled in. It's, you know, whatever you want. It's your design, so. You can have the polka dots coming off, like I have some polka dots that's not on the, completely all the way on the heart. So it's just portions. And we're just going to peel it up. Like I said, I think I didn't, I didn't let my wet red paint completely dry. You can see there. Your stencil won't do that, but that's an easy fix. I can come in with a paintbrush and blend that in here. Touch it up a little bit. That's why I like using the other stencils, because they're not sticky and they don't pill up your paint. I'm not going to fill it in 100% because it's going to give it a rustic, worn look, but I filled in. So there's one heart. So another way you can do it, clean off that brush, is take a paintbrush, which you may have. Let's see. And you're going to dab it into the paint, just the tip of it, and then you're going to poke it down and just randomly. And if you want them a little bigger, you put down and you just kind of swirl it around. Down, swirl it around. I don't lift up, I just kind of put down and twist it. And it's going to give you down. And that just gives it a little bigger polka dot. Or you just put in your paint and put down. So there's another way you can put polka dots. You can also do stripes on them. Or zigzags. whatever you want, you can do on them. Okay, so we're going to assemble this. So I have, let's see what size it is. It don't say, I'm going to say it's a 1/4 inch. Ribbon. Get it off my finger here. And I'm going to lay this out. So it's going to say hugs, a heart, the and, a heart, and kisses. So I have it all laid out. And I'm going to, not measuring, I'm just arm length, I guess. And then a little more for extra purposes, I guess, just to be safe. And I guess it depends on how you want it. I'm going to just bring down the front. And I'm going to have the ribbon through the back. You could have it so it comes across the front if you want. But I'm going to have it come through the back. I may have to put glue on my ribbon here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to, so I'm just going to add a little dab of hot glue. And I'm just going to twist it, fold it and twist it. So it gives me a point to be able to poke through. And then I am going to make sure it's flat along the back. I don't want it twisted or, I'm going to make sure that it lays flat. And then we're going to take and add a white bead, a red bead, and then a white bead. And when you're putting in your ribbon through your beads, if you kind of twist, it'll help them go up through there a little better. So I'm twisting and pushing as I put my beads through, or the ribbon through my beads. And once again, I'm going to make sure it's not twisted, so it kind of lays flat. And then we're going to go through through the heart. You can leave space. You can pull it tight. Here's where I said instead of putting the beads, you can tie fabric and make tassels to come down. We're going to bring it back up through the back and make sure that it lays flat. We don't want no twists in the ribbon in the back. We want it to lay flat. There we go. And then we're going to add the beads again. You could do any color beads here. You could do pinks, whites, reds, blacks. You can mix them up however you wish. Try to make sure that the ribbon isn't twisted. It just helps it lay flat in the back if they're not twisted through the beads. And then we're going to go through the and sign from the front to the back. And then from the back to the front. Make sure it's not twisted. You could use jute here. You could use like a lacy fabric. We're going to add the beads again. Push in and twist. Push in and twist. On the hearts, instead of using white, you could have used pink. You could have used black. Screw it down a little more. We're going to do the other heart. I am not putting beads or anything on the ends. You certainly can. I'm just choosing not to. Make sure it lays flat back here. And if it's not laying flat, all you have to do is twist it with your hands and it will lay flat. You know, twist in the hole and be able to lay flat. So we're going to add our last set of beads. And then we're going to go through the kisses. Oops. Make sure it's laying flat in the back. Okay, perfect. Now we're just going to see if I need to adjust. Okay, then I'm going to tie a simple little knot at the first hole and the last hole, just to keep it there. Perfect. And you can space these out. I have extra ribbon, so you can actually space them out. Then I'm going to make sure that the ribbon is cut at an angle to help keep it from fraying. there it is. Cute little banner. And I'll show you how simple it is. You don't need tacks to put it up or anything else like that. It's very lightweight. So if you had like a block, heavier block, you can sit it the block on top of the ribbon, and there you go. A cute little Valentine banner. That'll hang across your shelf. And I'm not holding it. It's just up by blocks. Let me see if I can lift the camera up here so you can see it a little better. So that sign with the chair, that's holding it up. And then on the other side, the firecracker is holding it up. So just a cute, simple Valentine's banner. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'll be back every Wednesday to make a craft with you guys. If there's something you want to particularly see, let me know. If you want to know how I do certain things, let me know. Some things I will not show on live. I'll be glad to teach it in a class. So we'll be starting up some different classes. We're going to be working on some different kits and stuff like that. So let me show you this last little thing. So this is the thing I painted. What I'm going to do is drill holes, 2 holes down here, and then these hearts, the pink, or the purple and the blue, are going to dangle down from it with the my grandkids' names on them. So I'll post a picture of that when I'm done with it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and be on the lookout for some different signs. If you have a saying that you want put on a sign, let me know. Hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day.